show you some things that I scripture. Um, the other thing I want to show you is this woman had. Um, I asked the Most High, I prayed to Him that He would give me the same ability to discern dreams Joseph, like Joseph. So let me see. I'm trying to make sure everybody got this in their view. I'm gonna have to turn it and then come back in. But so I'm going to show you this dream this woman just had, and it was just put on here about an hour ago. And then we're going to move on. We're going to read some scripture. The Gog and Magog in Ezekiel. That starts at Ezekiel. We're just going to be reading Ezekiel 37. No, not 37. 38 on through to 40. And then that's going to be it. I am so excited because the Most High Yah showed me when He's going to show up. I'm not going to tell you all because you are supposed to seek the Most High with all your heart and all your soul. And I almost cried this morning because the Most High showed me in the scriptures when He is coming. And this dream this woman had to do with the Most High Himself showing up. But if you seek from the book of the Most High Yah, if you seek from it, seek for Him all your soul and all your heart, you will actually see the date. It is written in the Tanakh. It's written in there. But you have to seek it. I almost cried when I saw it. I know when the Most High Yah is coming, but I'm not going to tell you. I want you to seek. I want you to go. I want you to go look for yourselves. Go read for yourselves. Go study for yourselves. But let's get on to what this young woman said about her dream that the Most High Yah gave her. Hope it's loud enough. Oh, whoa.
My energy bill dropped from $150 to $50 by doing this. My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a power.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Sister Tammy coming back to you with another vision and dream that I really feel like would bless you or give you some direction in life as it regards your relationship with God. So let's dive right in here. I had this dream maybe a year or two ago, actually. I have many visions and many dreams, so please bear with me. I know it's been a while, but I promise you I'll try to get as many out to you as I can. And even some of my children, because all of them have this same gift, and God, tends to share with us a lot of prophetic things, and so it's not for us to hold on to, it's to share freely with you. So in this dream, I believe it was served as a warning. I saw my immediate family, my children, and I'm a single parent right now, and we were walking down a dirt, sort of a sandy looking type road. It actually looked a lot like Israel or Jerusalem somewhere. There was like stone and, the ground was not paved like you would see here in America, like, the dark asphalt. It was more, like sandy type roads. in color. And all of a sudden, we were walking. I saw my family and I walking. If there were a camera filming this dream from the view, the angle, I could see us walking towards the camera. So it was from that view. And we were just walking, and then all of a sudden, we turn around because we hear just a stampede of people running. Here again, running. Top speed. Running, screaming, yelling, and they were running like a herd of livestock, okay, a herd of cattle. And there was actually, they were running, it was so many people that when they ran, there was like dust, from the ground, just making dust clouds everywhere because of the stampede of people. And they ran so fast and they were coming up behind us, and we looked and we were a little bit concerned, like, hey, why are these people running? And they turned right. They turned to the right, and there was this huge stone wall. And all the people began to jump over this wall, and I guess to seek, obviously, a refuge or a fortress, like the Bible would say. They started climbing over this wall very quickly, and they jumped over this wall. And we looked back to see what were these people running from. And all of a sudden, here comes this man who a lot of his, I knew in the dream and in this vision, I knew it was God. It was an older man, and he had white, gorgeous, just snow white, wavy locks of hair. And in appearance, his color was like bronze, like this, the deepest orangish, I don't know how to explain, just like this bronze tan. And what I noticed about him is he had this really wide chest, very wide chest, and I believe it was symbolic of authority or who he was. His bosom was very broad, and his eyebrows were, kind of, like the expression, the countenance on this man, and even though he was not wrinkled, his face was just so fresh, but you can tell that that he was obviously an older man or being, and but his face shone and his body shone like youthful, very youthful. And he ran so fast, he was very quick. And apparently he was the one that was running after these people. And he turned the corner just like they did, and he ran past us. That's what I noticed. He ran past us because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we were thinking we're going to die. And he ran past us. And when they jumped over that wall, he came up running behind them, and he jumped over the wall. And all of a sudden, there was silence on the other side of that wall. I did not hear those people running anymore. And I knew that they had been cut off. I didn't see anything gory, such as blood or anything like that, but I knew that these people have been destroyed by this, who I'm sure was God. And in the form of the white hair and the bronze color, is like the Ancient of Days is what we call God. He was there and existed before days began. And that's what I believe was represented in the dream. God's character and God's wrath was definitely kindled by an untoward generation, by the rebellious. And, as much as we may not want to say it, God is sovereign. And
why did no one tell Colorado drivers about this new rule?
If you are currently insured, drive less than 50 miles a day.
he does judge sin, just like in the days of Noah. It hurt him to his heart. He said that he repented that he even made man, because the sin was so much. It was so much. People didn't fear God. And this is what I was watching in this vision. So nevertheless, God came, or the man who represented God, he jumped back over the wall, and the dust settled. The dust had settled. I didn't hear a sound. We didn't hear a sound. My family and I from, any people. And he started walking back towards our direction, and I'm thinking, oh, we're all thinking, oh my gosh, I just knew we deserved this judgment. And I knew that he saw us the first time he passed, but he didn't give us eye contact. And coming back, it was the same thing. He didn't look in our direction. And he walked a little bit past us, and there was like this, looked almost like a Roman or Corinthian style type marble podium. And on this podium was a book. And he walked up to this podium, and he was kind of like, like he was panting a little bit. Not panting, but, after you run, how you kind of breathe, your breathing is rapid. And he opened this book that was on the podium, and we were so close to him, so I know that he knew that my family and I were standing there. And he began to flip through this book. And then he got to a certain page, and he took his index finger, and he just scrolled down the book. And he stopped. And he just took this deep sigh of relief, and he looked so satisfied, as if the book had comforted him. And he walked off. And we were not destroyed. He overlooked us. He saw us. And I, by the Holy Spirit, know in the dream that book was the Lamb's Book of Life.
Oh, praise to the Most High God for information. Now, let me come over a little bit. Can y'all see me? Let's learn about Gog and Magog, and why does this relate to Gog and Magog? Genesis 10. The Most High said, seek from. In Isaiah, he says, seek from the book. Seek from his book. He said, call on his name. He says, call on his name. He will answer you. And he will show you. He will show you. Y'all, I almost cried this morning. Because the Most High showed me. He showed me when he's coming back. But I'm not going to tell you, because the reason why I'm not going to tell you is because you need to seek from the book. The answers will be given unto you if you seek. Now, Psalms 19, and you know I do this every time, Psalms 19, 7 through 11, the laws of the Most High Yah, they are perfect, they're flawless, they're restoring and refreshing the soul. The precepts of the Most High Yah, they bring joy to the heart. These laws, these precepts, Yah's commandments, make the wise, make the simple-minded person wise. So the reason I know these things is because I seek from Yah's book. The commandments of the Most High Yah, they are pure and they're enlightening to the eye see, because I seek from the book of the Most High Yah. Since I seek from his book, since I went to him in prayer and then I called on Yah and I asked, he showed me. And it is up to you to ask him. It is not our job to get you to seek It is our job to warn you as watchmen and watchwomen on the wall, to warn you when you're sinning. But we cannot force you to seek Yah with all your heart and all your soul. We cannot force you to do it. We cannot. The fear of the Most High Yah is cleansing and is enduring forever. And the judgments of the Most High Yah, they are true, they are righteous altogether. They are more desirable than gold, yes, than much fine gold, sweeter also than the honey and the drink of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them, your servants, I am a servant, I'm a vessel, I'm a servant. We are warned, we were reminded to illuminate and to instruct the people to keep the laws, to keep the commandments, to do the precepts, to fear the Most High Yah, and to understand that his judgments will be righteous. She just told you. She just told you the Most High Yah showed her. Let me fix this. She just told you that the Most High Yah just showed her that the book has the answers. And those who did not seek from the book of the Most High Yah, those who are not seeking from the book of the Most High Yah will be destroyed. Okay? How you doing? So, whew. And now Numbers 23:19 through 20. It reads, the Most High Yah is not a man that he should lie, nor a son of man. Son of man in Hebrew, if he translated, means human being. So that means he's never been a human being. That he should have to repent. If he says it, will he not do it? If he spoke it, will he not make good on it? That means his word will not come back void. So when he says that he's going to do something in here, in this, it's going to happen. It's guaranteed when, it's guaranteed who, and it's guaranteed how, and it's guaranteed where. And I saw it. He started showing me it yesterday. Because I prayed to the Creator Yah. I asked him, please give me the ability to discern, to discern dreams like Joseph. And I began to practice and pay attention and practice and pay attention, and I saw these things. I saw, and then once I began to do that, every time he leads me to a dream, to either my dream or somebody else's dream, because it says here in Amos that he will give dreams to the sons, he will give dreams to our daughters, and I mean Hebrew Israelites. And he will give dreams to the slaves and the maid service. The slaves and the maid service aren't us. We're not slaves and maid servants. We're the children of Israel. But the slaves and maid servants are the other nations. So he will give dreams to them too. He will give it to them. So he's having me look. Remember, the Most High Yah gave Pharaoh, who was not of Israel, dreams. He warned of a plague that was coming, a famine that was coming. Now, how I got to this teaching this morning, if you look all around, you will find that there are plagues coming on earth right now. The Most High is putting the plagues back on earth again. What plague that is showing itself right now? There's earthquakes, there's ice storms, there's flooding. There's the one thing that nobody's even paying attention to. There's blood rain falling as we speak. Let me see, can I find this real quick? This is a plague. this blood rain falling.
Imagine waking up to a world where this. Imagine waking up to a world.
I'm trying to play the other one, sorry.
The blood rain that terrified an entire town. Imagine waking up to find red rain falling from the sky. In 2001, a town in India experienced this terrifying phenomenon. For 2 months in 2001,
The blood.
Sorry, y'all.
Trying Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust.
I'm working on it, trying to pull it up. My internet is being slow. I guess I just need to stop right there because I just tried to do that. So we got blood rain. We have in because this. If I didn't want it to play, the thing be. So the plagues consist of blood, frogs, gnats, flies, pestilence. You know, pestilence is what? Death of your livestock. Boils, which is sickness of the bodies of people and their their bodies and your animals. Hail, which we know we're having hail. We had a hailstorm here just yesterday. Just out of nowhere, we had a hailstorm. Locusts, massive swarms of locusts. Darkness, and then the unaliving of the firstborn. So if you look around and see that we are in the mix of these plagues again. So the Most High does not change. The Most High says, I am not a man that I change. The Most High says, I'm not a son of man that I should repent. He did not change what he's going to do. He's giving you the warnings. He's giving it to you right before your eyes. But you will find it in the scriptures if you study, if you seek from the book of the Most High Yah. But you have to seek for it. He gave the answers to us. It's right there in our face. In Malachi 3:5, the Most High said, I will bring judgment. He said, and I will be a swift witness against sorcerers, against adulterers, against liars, against those who oppress the wages for the laborers, who oppress widows, who oppress the fatherless, and against those who take the rights from the foreigners, and against those who do not the Most High Yah with all their heart and their soul. Now, the Most High Yah said we entered into a covenant. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 15. We entered into a covenant to worship only the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So if Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob didn't meet him, don't worship him. Now, in Isaiah 34:16, it reads, I wanted to read it from this book. I've been meaning to do that. And we'll get on with this because I do have something to do at 11 o'clock. It says, there, the bittern wit will nest and lay her eggs, gathering them together under the shade and hatching them like kites aloft. Also, will congregate with one another. Search in the book of the Most High Yah and read it. Not one of them is lacking. Not one of what? Not one of them what? Not one of the prophecies is lacking. Not one of them is missing, is fellow. Seek from the book of the Most High Yah, it says. Seek from it. Because not one of his prophecies, not one of his prophecies, not one of his prophecies, what? Not one will be lacking. Not one will fail. Now, in the Amplified Version, it says, seek from the book of the Most High Yah and read it carefully. From the Sefer 34:16, it reads, not one of these shall fail. The reliability and the truthfulness of the prophecies found in the scriptures will not fail. Now, it says also that if it does not say that the Most High Yah spoke in this book, the book is no good. So, because I have been seeking from the book that says the Most High Yah, that says the Most High Yah, guess what? I have found the truth. Everything is in this book. The truth is here. Let me keep an eye on my time, y'all. Okay. I want to do one more scripture, then I'll go ahead and read to prove to you scripture that. Whew. This is why people don't want you to read this. Read the Tanakh. Because all the answers are in here. Everything. The Most High Yah gave it to you. In Amos 3 and 7. Let's go over to Amos 3 and 7 in this book. And it reads, not a coincidence. Here, let me turn this just a little bit more right this way. There we go. Not a coincidence. You alone did I know from among all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will hold you to account for all of your iniquities. Do two people walk together unless they have so arranged? Does a lion roar in the forest if it has no kill? Does a young lion send forth his voice from his lair unless he has captured prey? Does a bird fall into a trap on the ground if it does not have a snare? Does the trap rise from the ground unless it has entrapped? If the shofar ever sounded in the city and the people not tremble, can there be misfortune in the city if the Most High Yah had not brought it? For the Most High Yah, our God, will not do anything unless he has revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets. A lion has roared. Who will not fear? The Most High Yah has spoken. Who will not prophesy? The Most High Yah has spoken. He revealed everything. He revealed everything in this book right here. It's here. The date is here. The year and the date is right here, in here. I read it and my mouth like, but I see it. But I will not tell you. But if you have eyes to see, if you have ears to hear, and you have a heart that is not hardened, if you don't have a reprobate mind, you will hear it. I would not have to tell you. I would not have to tell you. I will read the scriptures to you, then I'm going to get out here because, again, I have something to do at 11 o'clock. The Most High has revealed everything. When, what, how, and who. It's right here. That's why they told you, do not read this. That's why the enemy, and there's some people that look just like us. There's some people that look just like us, that look like us, who say they're us, but they're not. They're of the synagogue of Satan. Remember, what's his name? You call him? Esau infiltrated all of us, not some of us. Ooh, that's too dark. Not some of us, all of us. He infiltrated every last tribe. He infiltrated every last tribe. So when you find those who are contradicting, that are going against the laws of the Most High Yah, going against the prophecies that are written in these scriptures, they are not our people. Our skin folks and kin folks. They're not of us. And if they're adamant about it, they're not us. Be wise to what the law says. The Most High said, if your mother, your brother, your sister, your wife, your husband, your in-laws, if other people from other nations tell you to go worship another God, any other God besides the God that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that is in Deuteronomy 19. If they tell you to worship other gods, other than the ones that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob knew. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was not here doing the writing of the New Testament. So we cannot worship that God. He says, do not do it. I will read it to you in Deuteronomy. I'm warning you. I am a chauffeur on the wall. I am warning you. It says, it might be 18, y'all. Nope, it's 19. Let me make sure I got that right. Y'all need to understand innocent, and I want to make sure I give you everything right. Just listen to it. Up. It's Deuteronomy 13, y'all, not 18. Make sure. I got it marked too. Come on. It reads, this is Deuteronomy 13. It reads here. I'm reading you from this book right here. Right there. I hope y'all can see that, because you can screenshot it yourselves. I hope you can see it, screenshot it. I'm trying to get my finger out the way, get the glare off of it, and go read it for yourselves. And there's the Hebrew over there. There's the English version that I ordered. You can order this in your own language. So let's read this and we'll go on to the lesson. So I got an hour and a half to get this done. And it says, the entire word that I command you, that you shall observe to do, you shall not add to it, you shall not subtract from it. If there stand up in the midst a prophet, a dreamer of dreams, and he will produce to you a sign. Hold on. Hello? Hey, hold on. Give me just a second. Let me put a song on real quick. Then I'll talk to you. How you feeling? Well, who follows that? Well, they ain't supposed to let you sleep. Their job is to make sure you don't die.
All those children, all dressed in blue. Must be the one one more thing I'd like to say. Jordan River, chilling cold. Chill my body, but not my soul.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get back to this because it's like soon as I did this, all kinds of stuff is coming up. I'm telling y'all, my phone don't ring. These are just distractions because my phone don't be ringing like this. And it reads, the entire word that I command you, you shall observe to do it. There's no caveats. There's no caveats. You have to do what this book says. You have to do it. This is why there's only going to be a remnant left. Because that new religion teaches us that this is done away with. And again, I say that the Most High Yah said we should not worship any God other than the God that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob knew. And since Abraham and Isaac and Jacob been gone for years, this new God that shows up, we cannot worship him. So if that's what you want to do, that's between you and the Creator, Yah. Because you're going to have to deal with him. That lady already showed you, he's going to show up and show out. And that was Creator Yah, because she said he had white hair and he had copper skin. Who has copper skin? He had white hair and copper skin. He's the Ancient of Days, the first and last, the beginning and the end. Just like we have copper skin, that means he looked like us, and I saw in a dream already. The Most High Yah showed me him. And he looked like us. He looked like us. Us, sis. You know the people over here in America. He looked like us, sis. He didn't look African. He didn't look Asian. He didn't look Caucasoid. He looked like us. And his hair was curled in locks. And when I went around him, it kept going back and forth to black to gray. Black to gray. Well, black to white, what we call gray is white. Black to white, black to white, black to white. And I went around him. He was by himself. There was nobody else. He didn't have nobody beside him. The Most High had me go around him to show that there was nobody besides him. That's when I knew. Then I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And he also showed me just a few days after that a great earthquake. I know when this stuff is going to happen because I asked and he showed me. It's in this book. Now, let me finish reading. Because I gotta watch my time because I got stuff to do. And it reads here. And it reads, the entire word that I command you, the entire word that I command you, this is the Most High Yah himself speaking. Thus says the Most High Yah, that you shall observe to do, you should not add to, you should not subtract from it. If there should stand up in your midst a prophet or a dream, he will produce to you even signs and wonders. Remember, Pharaoh did signs and wonders, but Pharaoh was wicked. And the signs and the wonders come about, of which he spoke to you, saying, let us follow gods of others, that you do not know, and we shall worship them. Do not hearken to the words of this prophet. Do not listen to this prophet, to that dreamer dreams. The Most High Yah, your God, is testing you on whether you love the Most High Yah, your God, with all your heart and with all your soul. Are you willing to worship another God? He's asking, he's showing, he's giving you a test. The Most High said, I do everything. I make good and I make evil. He does it all. There's nothing done on earth without his permission. And it's just a test. Scriptures tell you that that New Testament was a test, a lawless doctrine given to you to see or if you're actually reading his words, what the Most High Yah said coming out his mouth. And I have those who say we don't have to go past Deuteronomy because Isaiah just repeats what Deuteronomy says. Ezekiel just repeats what Deuteronomy says. Jeremiah just repeats what Deuteronomy says. Amos just repeats what Deuteronomy says. All these prophets will just repeat what Deuteronomy says. To me, that is scriptural. Why? Because the Most High said, nobody can be found guilty of iniquity without 2 to 3 witnesses. What is guilty of iniquity? Being guilty of not following the commandments that he says for you to observe. You have to have 2 to 3 witnesses before you can be found guilty. And the Most High says, my judgments are righteous. In order for them to be righteous, he has to back up what he says. And he said, nobody can be found guilty of iniquity without 2 to 3 witnesses. So for those who are teaching, when I asked the guy, I said, well, you're saying we don't have to go past Deuteronomy. When in Deuteronomy, it tells you you have to have 2 to 3 witnesses. So the Most High provided us with 2 to 3 witnesses. There have to be 2 to 3 more witnesses so that the Most High can judge you guilty or not guilty. If it's only in Deuteronomy, that's only one witness. And it says in there, if it's one witness that shows up, he will not prove you guilty. You have to have 2 to 3 witnesses. And the Most High said, my judgments are righteous. They're righteous because he has given you 2 to 3 witnesses. It reads here, do not hearken to the words of this prophet or dream, for the Most High Yah, your God, is testing you to know whether you love the Most High your God with all your heart and with all your soul. The Most High your God shall follow, and him shall you fear. You shall fear the Most High Yah only. His commandments shall you observe, and his voice shall you hearken to. The Most High shall you serve, and to him you shall cleave. You shall cleave to the Most High Yah only. And that prophet and that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, for he had spoken perverse against the Most High Yah your God, who takes you out, who what? Takes you out of the land of Egypt, who redeems you from the house of slavery, to make you stray from the path on which the Most High Yah your God has commanded to you to go. You well, yes, the Most High Yah, yes. Thank you, Mystery 77. And you shall destroy these people, these evil people from your midst. Then it goes on to read, if your brother, if your son, if your mother, if your son-in-law, your daughter, if your wife, if your husband, if your friend, who is like your own soul, will entice you secretly, saying, let's go and worship the gods of others that you do not know, or your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, did not know. This is scriptural. This is scriptural. If you don't, if we never knew them, if those 3 people never met this God, Abraham met Yah, Isaac met Yah, Jacob met Yah. If they ain't seen him, if they ain't talked to him, if they ain't met him, he says right here, you better not worship him. And time is running out. The clock is ticking. Countdown started in April. God is about to be here. I know when it is because it's in here. It's written in here. If you read it, it's written in here. When he's coming. He on his way. I know when it is because it's in here. But if you don't read to show yourself approved, if you don't seek from the book of the Messiah, if you don't seek Yah with all your heart and all your soul, you will not know. And the Most High said, I reveal every last secret to my prophets. Every last thing that's going to happen. When, what, where, and who. It's in here. The book they told you do not read, that is done away with. It's right here, everything, right before our face. If you look out there, if you read this book and then look out there, everything is coming to pass right before. It is happening right before your eyes. But you're so wicked. You're so wicked because you want an easy way out. That's wickedness. The Most High says, to not follow my law makes you rebellious, and I count rebellion as equal to witchcraft. And what does he do to witches? And it reads here that you did not know, or your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, did not know from the gods of these people that are all around you, those who are near you and those people who are far from you, from the ends of the earth and to the other ends of the earth. Do not worship these people's gods. And the Most High says that this is just a test to see if you love him. He's sending these people upon us. He's sending these dreamer of dreams who are telling you to worship other gods. He says it's just a test. Are you willing to go down for somebody else? I ain't willing to do it. Hey, CJ, can you put that laundry in the dryer for me, please? And make sure that dryer thing is clean. Thank you. He says, you should not accede to these people. Do not hearken to these people. And this, he's saying, if this is your brother, if this is your mama, this is your husband, this is your wife, this is your daughter-in-law, whoever it is, do not listen to them. Because it's just a test. Says here, and he says, your eyes shall not pity these people. You should not have compassion for these people. He says you should not conceal these people. So you need to be like, this person over here is telling us to worship other gods. Oh, I pray against every time I see somebody doing that. I pray against them. I pray that the Most High Yah, shut their mouth. He clenches their mouth up. Says, rather, you should surely unalive these people. You shall be the first one to go against these people and to unalive these people in the hands of the entire people afterwards. Anybody that comes behind them and doing it. He said, you're going to take them out. And he says, and you shall pelt them with stones until they die. For he sought to make, because these people sought to make you stray from the Most High Yah, your God, who took you up out of Egypt from the house of slavery. All of Israel shall hear these words. They shall not again fear such evil people in your midst. They're evil if they tell you to worship another God. They're wicked. This is what the Most High Yah said right here. I'm going to put it up there. You can screenshot it and read it for your dang self. For your dang self. And let's go on to the lesson that the Most High Yah is going to have me going. And if you have ears to hear, you will hear this. If you have ears to hear, if you don't have a reprobate mind, you will hear this. If you have a heart that seeks the Most High Yah with all your heart and all your soul, you will hear this. Do you have a mouth that confesses that the Most High Yah is the only God and there is no other? You will hear this. But if you do not, you will not. You will not hear what is written in the prophets. What is written in Genesis. You will not hear it. You have a hardened heart like Pharaoh and a reprobate mind. It reads here. This is Genesis chapter 10, starting at verse 1. These are the descendants of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth are Gomer, Magog, Medea, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer are Ashkenazi, Rivta, Togoma. The sons of Javan are Tarshish, aka ships of Tarshish, Kittim, which is Rome to this day, and Doadim. For these islands of the nations were separated in their lands, each according to their language, by their families in the nation. That tells you that Gog and Magog are Japhet. So Asian people, Greek people, Roman people, all these people, they come from the tribe of Japhet. Why are you reading this to me? And that's to give you the second witness that the Most High Yah said these people are not us. They are not us. They're not Shem. And that lie that they told you that the Asian people are Shem, they're not. The Most High said the Asian people, they came from the tribe of Japhet. It says here in First Chronicles, the genealogy of who? The genealogy of who? If you go into First Chronicles, it will give you all the genealogy. It will give you the genealogy of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So he gives it to you twice. Who came from who? It will give you Abraham. It will give you all the sons of everybody. Everybody. It will trace it down to here now. Who is who? So you will know who is lying in your face and who's not. The Most High said, I will not do anything. My judgment will not go out without telling you first. It says here that Adam, Seth, Enosh, Canaan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth are Gomer, Magog, Medad, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer are Ashkenazis, Japheth, Togma, and the sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodim. So, Gomer and Magog come from Japheth. Gomer and Magog are the Germans, the Russians, and the Asians. We also know that Kittim, aka Rome, aka Cyprus, is what? The Greeks. The people who wrote the New Testament. So they wrote the New Testament, and it tells you over here in Deuteronomy 13, do not worship the gods of the other nations. And they're telling you right now that Kittim, aka Chittim, is Cyprus, and Cyprus is Rome. And you are taking their books, the Roman church, and reading them and applying them to your life and applying them to your salvation. You are breaking the commandments of Yah. You broke Deuteronomy 13 commandment. You broke it. Because they are giving you a God that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did not know. Now let's go into Ezekiel. Let's get to the point. I got an hour. Ezekiel, we're going to start at 38. Y'all on here debating and arguing The Most High said it was just a test. It was just a test to see if you love the Creator Yah, all your heart and all your soul. And I even had I believe this was a Hamite woman telling me that this book is not the book I should be reading. A Hamite. How the hell does she know anything? When he says, I only gave the laws, I only gave the precepts. What does it say in Psalms 147? So when you coming on and you a Hamite and you this ites and these ites and these ites, Japhites and Hamites and these ites, and if you are not of Jacob, you need to shut your mouth. It says in Psalms 147, 19 through 20, the Creator Yah has revealed his laws to who? Yaakov only. And to who? His decrees to Yasharel only. That is the 12 tribes only. And he did not give it to the other nations. So if you're a Hamite, if you're a Japhite, if you're a Shemite, but you're not of the 12 tribes, you did not get the laws. So you need to shut your mouth. Says here. And the Most High says in Obadiah, those Kohens, those priests who are teaching need not to open their mouth. Or he gonna shut it for you. Y'all need to read these scriptures. He says over in Malachi 2, the punishments that you get for teaching when you're not a what? You're not of the tribe of Levi. The punishments that you get is you're cursing your seed. You're cursing them to death. But y'all ain't reading because according to y'all, we ain't supposed to read this book because the laws were done away with according to y'all. According to y'all Greek people. That means anybody can teach according to y'all. Y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about and you're cursing your people. The Most High says that only the tribes of Levi, only Ephraim has the ability to lead the sheep. They are the shepherds. That there will be no lie coming out of the mouth of the Levites, out of the mouth of Ephraim. The scripture. And you're violating the law. He says he said, for if you are a priest who are teaching, who you are not of these people, he said, I'm cursing your children. That's what Yah said. Not what I said, what Yah said, I'm cursing your children. You don't want to go up against Abba Yah. It reads here in 38. The word of the Most High Yah came to me, Ezekiel, saying, Son of man, direct your face towards God of the land of Magog, the prince, the leader of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy concerning him. Say, just said the Most High Yah, your Elohim, behold, I am against you, God, the prince, the leader of Meshach and Tubal. I should have got me some water, y'all. He says, I will lead you astray. I will place hooks in your cheeks and bring you out with your entire army. Horses and riders, all of them, clothed in splendor, a vast assembly, with buckler and shield, all of them, wielding swords. Persia, Cush, and Put will be with you. Who is Persia? Who is Put, and who is Cush? Ain't them African nations? Yes, those are the Hamites. Hold on, let me give me some water. It says here that there's going to be African nations, Persian nations, coming with Gog and Magog. It says here, Persia, Cush, and Put will be with Gog and Magog. All of them with shields and helmets. So Asian people are coming, German people are coming, Russian people are coming, Persian people are coming, and African people are coming. They're coming. They're on their way. It says here, Gomer and all of Gomer's cohorts, the house of Togama in the uttermost parts of the north. Where are the northern countries of the world? Germany, Russia, Asia. Says here, let me move this. I keep losing my place because I keep flicking in my eye. Says here, I need to get this. I need to get my focus on because I got. Okay, let's do this. It says, Gomer and all of her cohorts, the house of Togmar in the uttermost parts of the north. All of his cohorts, many peoples will be with you. Prepare and make ready for yourself, you and all of your hordes that are mustered. Remember I told you muster meaning is to gear up for war about you. And be a guardian for them. You will be repaid for your sins of ancient times. In the end of years, you will come to a land restored from the sword, gathered from many nations upon the mountains of Israel that had been lain desolate continuously. It says, to people who had been brought out from the nations, all of them dwelling in security. These people will be dwelling in security in the land of Israel. And the Most High is sending Gog and Magog over to the true Israel. So when you see this happen, you will know that you are in Israel. He says these people are living securely in the real Israel. And when you see these people come upon these people, you will know where the land is. I know where the land is. And it reads, you will attack like a storm. You will come and you will be like a cloud covering the earth. You and all your cohorts and many nations with you. Thus says the Most High Yah, our Elohim. It shall be on that day that ideals will arise in your heart, and you will conceive a wicked design, and you will say, I will advance against the land of open towns. I will come up against the tranquil people who dwell securely, all of them living without protective walls. They have neither bars nor doors to siege booty and to take spoil, to turn your hand against resettled ruins, against a people gathered from the nations with possessions, livestock, and they possess property, who dwell upon the navel of the earth. Sheba, Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, and all of his officers will say to you, have you come to seize booty? It is to take spoils that you have assembled your horse to carry what? Silver and gold, to take livestock, property, and to seize great booty. Therefore prophesy, son and man, and say to Gog, thus says the Most High Yah, our Elohim, surely on that day, when my people Israel dwell securely, you will come to know when you come from your place in the othermost parts of the north, you and many people with you, all of them riding horses, vast hordes, and mighty armies, and you advance against my people Israel. He said, Gog and Magog is going to show up and advance against true Israel. So when you see this happening, when you see Germany, Russia, Asia, all these people attack a certain place together, put all of these people, Persians, you will know who the true people are, and you will know where Israel is. You will know it. But it'll be too late for you. It'll be too late for you. Why? Because if you got eyes to see, if you got ears to hear, if you got a heart that accepts the truth, you will know who, when, what, and where. And you will know the time, and you will know the place, because it's written right in this book. And now it says here, it says, it will be at the end of days when this happens. It will be the end of days when this happens. So that means this ain't happened yet. Because it will be right before the Most High Yah show up and show out that this happens. You know that the Most High Yah is about to step up out the clouds and step on Mount Zion. The Most High says that I am not a man. I don't have to lie. So he ain't lying. If you don't want to believe him, that's you. If you don't want to believe the Creator Yah, that's between you and him. But I'm telling you what is here. It's all here. He did not hide it from us. He said, I did not hide it. Says here, in order, and he says, and you advance against my people, Israel, like a cloud covering the earth. It will be at the end of days that I will bring you upon my land, in order that the nations may know me, when I become sanctified through you before their eyes, O Gog. Thus says the Most High Yah, our Elohim. Are you one of whom I spoke in the earlier days through my servants, the prophets of Israel, who prophesied in those days, years ago, that I will bring you against them? It shall be on that day, that Gog and Magog comes against the soil of Israel, against the soil of Israel, the true soil of Israel. The word of the Most High Yah, our Elohim, he says, my rage will anger and will flare up, for in my vengefulness, in the fire of my fury, I have spoken. And the Most High says, I swear, on that day, a great earthquake will take place on the soil of Israel. They will quake before me, the fish of the sea, the birds of the heavens, the beasts of the field, every creeping thing that creeps on the ground, and every human being that is in the face of the earth. And the mountains will be broken apart. It says, and the cliffs will topple, and every wall will topple to the ground. And I will summon the sword against him to all my mountains. The word of the Most High Yah, our Elohim. Each man's sword will be against his brother. So when they come, show up and show out against us, they're going to start attacking each other. They're going to start attacking each other. And I will punish him with pestilence and with blood, with torrential rains, with hailstones, with fire, with sulfur will I rain down upon him, upon his cohorts. Now the Most High said, let's go back here. What did the Most High say right here? It says here that Gog and Magog and the bucklers and the shields and all of them will be wielding swords. Persia Cush put with them. They're gonna have and they're gonna have shields and helmets. Gomer and all of her cohorts. So the Most High tells you over here, and this is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 6. Gomer and all of her cohorts. Now the Most High goes back over here in Ezekiel chapter 38. And he says over here in verse 2, I will punish him with pestilence, with blood, torrential rains, with hailstones, fire, sulfur, will I rain down upon him. Who? Upon Gomer and all of Gomer's cohorts. When Gomer, the northern nation, show up on the land of Yasharel, the Most High is going to punish him with a great earthquake. And I told y'all last year, the Most High Yah showed me an earthquake. And those people that belong to the Most High Yah, an angel will guide you. It will tell you go left, tell you to go right, it will tell you where to run, it will tell you what to do. So you will survive it. And at the end of it, he showed me the whole thing. Saw it clear as day. There was very few people left on earth. Let's keep reading. And it says, and upon the many peoples who are with Gomer, they're going to do what? Against this cold. He says, I will rain sulfur and fire down on Gomer and upon Gomer's cohorts and upon the many people who are with Gomer. He says, and I will be exalted and I will be sanctified and I will make myself known before the eyes of many nations. Then they will know I am the Creator Yah. Now, you sons of men, prophesy against God. Say, thus says the Most High Yah, our Elohim, behold, I am against you, God, the prince, the leaders of Meshach and Tubal. I will lead you astray and seduce you. The Most High said, I'm going to seduce them to do this. And if you read in 1 Kings, the Most High will send a seducing spirit to get you to do something that will make you go into your demise if you have a wicked heart. The Most High said, I am the one who creates good, and I am the one who creates evil. He does it all. Nothing is done without Yah's permission. because y'all gave me permission to tell you these things. But if you have eyes that see, you have ears that hear, if you have a heart that accepts the truth, you will hear it. You will not debate with me. You will not argue with me. And you shall not, you will not even bring up other books written by other men. You will not do it because the Most High gave you the information. It's up to you to accept it. But I'm telling you right now, this is your warning. You better call on Yah. Jeremiah 33:3 says, my name is Yah. Call on me. I will answer you and show you great and wonderful things that you do not know. Call on him and he answered me and he showed me. I know when this is going to be happening. I know when it's going to happen. I know when it's going to happen. I know I read it. You want to know, you better read it. It says, I will lead you astray and seduce you. I will cause you to ascend from the utmost north and bring you upon the mountain of Yasharel. He said, I'm going to send you to the true Israel. And I will strike your bow from your left hand and cast down the arrows from your right hand. And you will fall upon the mountains of Israel. And you and all of your cohorts and the peoples that are with you, I will give you to the bird as prey, to every winged bird, to the beasts of the field as food. And you will fall upon the open field. This is the second witness of this. Jeremiah 15:51 says the exact same thing. This is the second witness to this. Go read Jeremiah 15:51. It says the exact same thing. The Most High says it is not until you have 2 to 3 witnesses. Ezekiel and Jeremiah says the exact same thing. Says the word of the Most High Yah. These are the words. For he says, for I have spoken. These are the words of the Most High Yah. I will dispatch fire against Magog and against those who dwell confidently in the islands and those who know that I am the Most High Yah, and I will make my holy name known upon my people Yasharel. And I will not desecrate my holy name any longer. Then the nations will know that I am the Most High Yah. I am the only Holy One in Israel. And behold, it is coming. It will happen. These are the words of the Most High Yah, our Elohim. That is the day of which I have spoken. That is the day of the Most High Yah. When that happened, it will end in one day. Every last thing. Why am I getting all these things while I'm trying to do this? Hello? Yes. I'm well. How are you? Yes, that'd be great. Okay, that's great. I'll be here. All right. Bye-bye. And it reads, in the words of the Most High Yah, our Elohim, that is the day which I have spoken. Then the inhabitants of the cities of Yasharel will go out and kindle fires and fuel them with their weaponry, shield and buckler, with bow and with arrows. with mace and with spear, and they will fuel fires with them for 7 years. They will not carry wood from the field, they would not cut it from the forest, for it will fuel fires with the weapons. They will plunder those who had plundered them, and despoil those who had despoiled them. And the word of the Most High Yah, our Elohim. Hallelujah. Can you hear this? These are the words of the Most High Yah. After the Gog and Magog, one day war and earthquake. After this, the children of Israel will have 7 years where we're going to go out and get everything we're supposed to need, and we go, anybody that's left, we're going to take care of them. For 7 years after this. That's very specific. And this begins this year. I know when. And it reads, and it shall be on that day that I will assign Gog a burial site that is in Israel. And it says, the valley of the passerby, east of the sea. It will block the passerbys. I know what this is. I know where it is. Because I know where the true land is. I know when it's going to happen. Because I asked y'all, he showed me. And he didn't show me through a vision. He showed me where it was written at in here. And he showed me where the land is. He showed me what everything's going to happen because it's written in this book. You know the book they told you that was done away with. It's written in here. And it says here, and we will call it the valley of Hamagog, Gog's multitude. And the house of Israel will bury them in order to cleanse the lands for 7 months. All the people of the land will bury, and it will bring them renown on that day that I manifest my glory. And the word of the Most High Yah. Y'all, I'm just laughing because it's right here in y'all face. And he got 2 different witnesses saying the same thing. And they're saying when, what, how, and when this gonna happen. He giving you the dates. Can you hear this? Let's keep reading. And they would designate permanent officials to pass through the land, burying together with passerbys those that remain upon the open field to cleanse the lands. And after 7 months, they will begin to search. The passerbys will traverse the land, and when they see human bones, they will build a marker near it until the buriers bury it in the valley of Hamagog. There will also be a city called Hamanah, her multitude. Thus, they will cleanse the land. It says, now, you, son of man, thus says the Most High Yah, our Elohim, say to every winged bird and to every beast of the field, assemble and come and gather together from all around for my feast that I slaughter for you, the great feast upon the mountains of Israel. Tell the birds to eat the flesh and drink the blood. Eat the flesh of the warriors and drink the blood of the earth's princes, all of them like rams, lambs, and he-goats, bulls, and fallen and fatlings of Bashan. Tell the birds to eat fat to satisfy and drink blood to intoxicate from my feast that I have slaughtered for you. It says here, Sate yourselves to my table. Sate yourselves to my table with horse and rider, warrior, every man of war. These are the words of the Most High Yah, our Elohim. He says, the Most High says, I will manifest my glory among the nations. All the nations will see my judgment that I have executed, my hand that I have placed upon them. Then the house of Israel will know that I am the Most High Yah, their God. For that day and onward, then the nations will know that because of their iniquity, the house of Israel was exiled, and because they betrayed me, I hid my countenance from them. I've delivered them into the hands of their enemies, and they fell by the sword, all of them. I dealt with them in accordance with their contamination, their sins, and I hid my countenance from them. And it says, therefore, thus said the Most High Yah, our Elohim, now I will bring back the captivity of Jacob. I will show mercy to the entire house of Israel and be zealous for my holy name. They will bear their shame and all their betrayal they committed against me when they dwelt securely upon their soil. And now none will make them afraid anymore. When I return them from the peoples and gather them in from the land of their enemies, I become sanctified through them in the eyes of the nations. Then they will know that I am the Most High, Yah, their God. For I have exiled them to the nations, and I will bring them back to their land. And will not leave any of them there. He's not going to leave any of us in the other nations who will come back to our land. Then I will not hide my countenance from them again. For I will pour out my spirit upon the house of Israel. These are the words of the Most High Yah, our Elohim. In the 25th year of our exile, the beginning of the year, on the 10th of that month, in the 14th year after the city was conquered, on that very day, the hand of the Most High Yah came upon me, and he brought me there in the divine vision. He brought me to the land of Israel. Ezekiel said the Most High Yah brought him to the land of Israel in the future. If you have eyes to see, you have ears that hear, you have a heart for the truth, you will know when what year Ezekiel came and saw the future. Divine vision and brought me to the land of Israel. He set me down on the very high mountain, near which there was something like the structure of a city to the south. He brought me there, and behold, there was a man whose appearance was like that of who? Copper. With a linen cord and a measuring rod in his hand. He had skin of copper. What does copper look like? I got it right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. It's all over my head. That's copper. So this man looked like copper. This man looked like copper. This man looked like copper. Can you even see it on my hand? Yes, right there. This man, I'm gonna say it one more again, looked like copper. With a linen cord and a measuring rod in his hand. And he was standing by the gate. And this man said to me, Son of man, see with your eyes and hear with your ears and set your heart. Do you have eyes that see? Do you have ears that hear? Do you have a heart that can see? To all that I am showing you. For it was in order to show you that you have been brought here. Relate to all you see to the house of Israel. He says, tell Israel what you see. And Ezekiel wrote it down. He wrote down when, and he wrote down where, and he wrote down what day, and he wrote down what time. Behold, there was a wall outside the temple, surrounding it. In the man's hand was a measuring rod of 6 cubits, each cubit being a cubit and a hand's breadth. He measured the thickness of the wall structure as one measures rods, and its height as one rod. And then he went to the gate and that faced eastward and went up its steps. He measured the doorposts of the gates as one rod in width, and the other doorposts at one rod in its width. Each cell was one rod in length and one rod with width. And between the cells were the walls of 5 cubits and the doorposts of the gates. And inside the hall of the gate was 1 rod thick, and he measured the walls inside with half a gate and 1 rod. And then he measured the hall of the gate as 8 cubits long, and its pillars as 2 cubits. The hall of the gates faced inward. The cells of the eastern gate were there on the one side, 3 on the other, and the same size for the 3 of them, and the same size for the pillars on the side of the other. Then he measured in the width of the open of the gates 10 cubits, and the length of the gates were 3 cubits. And there was a space of 1 cubit before the cell on the one side, and a space of 1 cubit on the other. The cell was 6 cubits on one side and 6 cubits on the other side. Then he measured the gate from the roof onto the one cell to the roof on the opposite cells as 25 cubits width, and the entrance opposite an entrance. Then he made the pillars 6 cubits high, and so it was in every pillar of the courtyard at the gates all around, and the height to the entry gates, as well as the height of the inner halls and gates, was 50 cubits. There were narrowing windows for the cells, for the side walls, facing inward and towards the gates of all around. Also the halls had windows in all around facing inward. Each pillar had date palms, capitals. Then he brought me into the outer courtyard, and behold, the chambers and the balcony were provided for the courtyards all around, 30 chambers on the balcony. The balcony was off to the sides of the gates, and the bottom of the balcony was flush to the top of its gates. Then he measured the width from the front of the lower gate to the front of the inner courtyard, and on its outside as 100 cubits. This was distinct to in the east and in the north. Then he measured the gates of the outer courtyard that faced the northern, and its length and its width of its sails, 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. Its pillars, and it had where it like the size of the first gate. Its height was 50 cubits, and the width was 25 cubits. Its windows, its halls, its date palms, capitals were like the size of the gates of the facing east. They would ascend to it by 7 steps, its halls being before them. There was a gate to the inner courtyard, opposite the gate of the north, and to the east. He measured from the outer gate to the inner gate as 100 cubits, and the southern gate. Then he took me towards the south, and behold, there was a gate at the south. He measured its pillars in the house, and they were as the same as the dimensions of those. There were windows for it all, for the house all around, like those windows, 50 cubits in height and 25 cubits in width. Its stairways was 7 steps, with its halls before them. It had date palms, capitals, and one on one side and on the other side on its pillars. It had date palms, y'all, on the sides of the steps. And there were a gate to the inner courtyard towards the south. And he measured from the outer gate to the inner gate in the south of the 100, and it was 100 cubits. Then he brought me to the inner courtyard through the southern gate, and he measured the southern gate, and it was the same dimension as those. Its sails and its pillars and its halls were of the same dimensions of those, and the others were windows for it, and for its halls all around, 50 cubits in height, and 20 cubits in width. There were halls all around, 25 cubits in the length of 5 cubits width. Its halls faced towards the outer courtyard. There were date palms, capitals on the pillars, and the stairways was 8 steps. Then he brought me to the inner courtyard through the east gate, and he measured the gates, and it was the same dimensions as those. Its sails, its pillars, its halls were the same dimensions of those, and there were windows in it all. Its halls all around. It was 50 cubits in height and 25 cubits in width. Its halls faced forward, what towards the outer courtyard. There were date palms, capitals on its pillars, on the one side and on the other, and the stairways of 8 steps. Then he brought me to the north gate and measured it, and it was the same dimensions of those. It had sails, pillars, halls, window for it all, 50 cubits, and in the height, 25 cubits in width. Its house faced the outer courtyard, and there were date palms, capitals on the outer pillars and on the sides of the other sides, and it was 8 steps. So one, two, oops, hold on, let me fix this real quick. Hold on, I'm sorry. I was so into the reading this, I didn't catch that. I got a few more minutes to finish this. He says, there were chambers there with the entrance facing the side walls of the gates. He says, they There they would rinse the burnt offerings. In the halls of these gates were two tables on the side and two tables on the other, near which to slaughter the burnt offerings and sin offerings and the guilt offerings along the shoulders of the gates. And outside the hall, as one ascends into the open of the north of the gate, there were two tables, and along the other shoulders of the gates, how were two tables altogether, four tables on the one side and four tables on the other side along the shoulders of the gate. 8 tables near which they slaughtered. There also 4 tables for the burnt offerings in the hew stone, 1 cubit and 1/2 in length, 1 cubit and 1/2 in width, 1 cubit in height. Upon them they would lay the implements on which they would slaughter the burnt offerings and any other sacrifice. They were also hooks of hands of bread set up inside the inner courtyard, all around. The flesh of the offerings was prepared upon the tables, and outside the inner gate were chambers for the choristers in the inner courtyard along the flank of the north gate, facing towards the south. There was also chambers along the flank of the eastern gate, facing towards the north. He said to me, this chamber is facing south, is for the Kohanim. I'm gonna be done in just a minute.
Keep reading it. He moved the topic as well, so I'm gonna leave this for 11:40.
Okay. The guardians of the charge of the house, and the chamber of that face north is for the Kohen, guardians of the charge of the altar. And they who are the descendants of Zodok are the ones from among the sons of Levi who approach the Most High to serve him. Hallelujah. Then he measured the inner courtyards. It was, do you see this? It did not change. I'm shaking y'all because I know what this stuff is, and I'm shaking because I'm excited. I'm about to cry, but I'm trying to stay calm. He said if you ask him, just call his name. He'll show you. He says the descendants of Zadok are the ones from among the sons of Levi who approach the Most High to serve him. Then he measured the inner courtyard. It's 100 cubits length and 100 cubits in width square. The altar was before the temple, and he brought me to the hall of the temple. Hello? Yes. Yes, this is you. Mm-hmm. If he continues drinking, yes. As long as he's not drinking, he's fine. No. No. Mhm. Mhm. Exactly. Okay. Can you give me the address? Because I don't know where he's located. All right. And what time do I have to pick him up? Okay. Okay, sounds good with me. And that's 2255 South 88th Street. Okay, all right. Soon as you do that, I'll be there again. Okay, okay, thanks. All right. Let's get back to where I was at. It says outside the inner gates were chambers for the choristers, and in the inner courtyard, along the flank of the north gate, facing towards the south. And there was also a chamber along the flank of the eastern gate, facing towards the north. He said to me, the chambers which face the south is for the Kohims. For the Kohims. You know the word Kohim means what? The priest. That is for the priest. The guardians of the charge of the house and the chambers that face north, those are for the priest. And the guardians of the charge of the altar, they who are the descendants of Zadok, they are the ones from the sons of Levi who are allowed to approach and to serve the Most High God. Then he measured the inner courtyard. So how could this is future. This is after the Most High Yah show up and show out with Gog and Magog, y'all. This is when the temple will reveal itself to people. This is when the temple, the last and final temple, will reveal itself on Mount Zion. And in this book, Zion is the highest mountain after the earthquake. It will be the highest. Everything else will become flat plains land. Everything else will become flat plains land. And you will be able to stand on Mount Zion and look across the entire world and see everything that is written in this book. That is written in this book. After that earthquake, he's going to flatten it, make it a valley. Everything will become plains land except for Mount Zion. And he says here that the only people who will be allowed there are the descendants of Zadok. But it's here. And I don't know what these other people are teaching. And you cannot be from Japhet. You cannot be from Ham. You cannot be Shem only. You have to be from the tribes of Israel. And you have to be seed of Jacob only to be in the presence of Yah. And the Kohens will be, he's telling you, the descendants of Zadok. So I don't know what these other people are telling you. And I just revealed to you when, if you had eyes to see, you would have heard it. This is going to kick off. If you had ears to hear, you would have heard it. If you had a heart for the truth, you would have heard it, because I just told you. So all this other stuff that they're teaching, they're lying. I'm not some kind of guru. I'm not some type of prophet. I'm just a servant of Yah. I'm just a servant. And the servants are told to do what? Servants are told to warn, remind, illuminate, instruct the people to keep Yah's laws, because there is great reward. You can find that in Psalms chapter 19, verse 11. The servants of Yah. Just a servant and vessel. That's all the priests are. We're just vessels to speak the words of Yah to the people, to get you to come to Yah. That's all we were set apart people to do. It's nothing big, nothing measured. Whatever Yah command, we are telling you to do it, and we're supposed to do it ourselves and then tell y'all to do it too. That's it. That's all this all about. You want to be righteous? Do as Yah command. You want your soul to be restored and renewed? Do as Yah said. Do you want the truth? Do what Yah said. The Creator Yah, not anybody else. Then he measured the inner courtyard. It was 100 cubits in length and 100 cubits in width, square. The altar was before the temple. And then he brought me to the hall of the temple. And he measured the thickness of the side of the wall of the hall of the 5 cubits on one side and the 5 cubits on the other. And the width of the gate was 3 cubits on one side and 3 cubits on the other. The length of the hall was 20 cubits, and its width has 11 cubits. There were steps by which one ascended to the hall, and there were pillars for the doorposts, and one on the one side and one on the other. Then he brought me to the sanctuary. He measured the size of the walls. The entrance has 6 cubits wide on the one side and 6 cubits wide on the other. And the width of the tent and the width of the entrance was 10 cubits. And the walls on the shoulders of the entrance were 5 cubits on one side and 5 cubits on the other. And he measured its length as 40 cubits, and it was 20 cubits in width. Then he entered the inner sanctum. He measured the side of the walls of the entrance, and the 2 cubits wide. And the entrance was 6 cubits in height, and the width of the entrance was 7 cubits. And he measured its length as 20 cubits, as its width as 20 cubits. And along the sanctuary, he said to me, "This is the Holy of Holies." He told Ezekiel, "This is the Holy of Holies." Then he measured the thickness of the wall of the temple. It was 6 cubits, and the width of each cell was 4 cubits, surrounding the temple and around. and the cells were arranged, cell upon cell, 33 in number. They rested upon the inner walls of the cells all around and were anchored there, but therefore were not anchored into the walls of the temple building. The cells became broader, and there was a spiral stairway for the levels of the cells proceeding upward. For the temple was surrounded by successive levels all around the cell structure. Thus, the width of the parts of the cell structure was at the top level, and thus one ascended from the lowest to the highest through the middle cell. And I saw the height of the temple all around, and the foundations of the cells were full of rod thick, 6 cubit space. The width of the cells of the walls towards the outside was 5 cubits, and there was also an open space at the end of the temple cells. Between the chambers and the temple's building, there was a 20 cubit wide space around the temple, all around. The entrance to the cell structures was by the open space, one entrance to the north, one entrance to the south, and the width of the open space was 5 cubits all around. The entire structure was built along the side of the main temple building was 70 cubits in width, and on its western side, the outer wall, the temple building was 7 cubits in width on the western side, and the outer wall, the structure, was 5 cubits on the width of all around. Its length was 90 cubits. And then he measured the temple building as 100 cubits in length. The main temple building, the cell structure, its walls were 100 cubits in length. The width of the front of the building and the main temple building on the east was 100 cubits. He measured the length of the structure all along the main temple building going towards the rear. Includes its corner structure on this side and the other one as 100 cubits. Now, the sanctuary, and the inner sanctum, and the halls of the courtyard, and there were doorposts, narrowing windows, square pillars all around. For the three of areas opposite the doorpost was wood panels. Now I'm starting to understand why I have this thing about wood and stone, y'all. I love buildings. I love anything that is built wood and stone. When I redid my house before I lost my house, everything in that house, I did it wood and stone. Real stone, real wood. I had this think about it. And I get it now. It says opposite the doorpost was wood panels all around, as well as on the wall from the ground to the windows. And the windows were partially covered to above the doorway into the inner sanctum and outwards to the entire wall all around in the inner sanctum and in the outer room. The panels were the same dimensions. The panels were engraved with cherubim and date palms, with a date palm between cherubim and cherubim. Each cherubim had 2 faces. There was the face of a person towards the date palm. Sorry, I don't want to turn my book. I already tore it a little bit. On the one side and facing the young was a line towards the other date palm, and on the other side, so it was engraved for the entire enter of all the walls. So one side there was two, there were cherubim. One had the face of a lion, one had the face of a person. And in the middle of each of these, there's going to be a palm. And the cherubim and the date palms were engraved from the ground until above the entrance. And so it was for the wall of the sanctuary. The sanctuary had square doorposts. From the entrance of the Holy of Holies, the appearance was like that appearance. So the entrance was like this. The altar was of wood, 3 cubits tall, and its length was 2 cubits, including the corners. Its sides were of wood. Its surface, that's a sacrifice. And its surface and its sides were of wood. And he said to me, this is the table that is before the Most High God. Says there were 2 doors to the sanctuary, to the Holy of Holies. Each set of doors had 2 doors, 2 swinging doors, 2 comprised one door, 2 doors comprised the other. Engraved upon them, upon the doors of the sanctuary, were cherubim and date palms, just as they were engraved on the walls, which would be 2-faced, one wood. Once on the right side, which I'm doing this side wood. This is my right hand right here. On the right side would be the lion, and on the left side would be the face of the human. They had 2 heads, the cherubim. And then it says, there was a thick wooden beam going into the front wall of the hall towards the outside. There were narrow windows and date palms on one side and on the other on the shoulders of the hall. He also showed me the cashings of the temple beams. CJ, how much time do we have? Because I'm going to finish reading this. You said we need to leave what time? 12?
11:45.
Okay, I got time to finish this up. He says, I can finish this in 30 minutes. Then he took me out to the outer courtyard in the direction going to the north. And he brought me to the chambers that was opposite the main temple building and structure to the north, facing the 100-cubit length by the northern entrance, and the courtyard's width with 50 cubits. It was opposite the 20 cubits of the inner courtyard and opposite the balconies of the outer courtyard. CJ, look, CJ,
Yeah.
look in that refrigerator and take me out like the freezer, and take me like 4 pieces of fish and put it over there so it can be thawed by the time I get back. Thank you. It says pillar faced in the 3-story complex. Just put in the sink for me, I appreciate it. In the front of the chamber was a passageway, 10 cubits in width, length to the inner space, through 1 cubit path, and their entrance faced north. And the upper chambers were narrow because the pillars took up space from them, from the lower and the middle ones of the structure, for there were 3-storied. So they did not have pillars like that of the courtyard. Hence the lower, I gotta read that again. Something just hit me. Somebody said them. Wow. Then he took me out to the outer courtyard in the direction going to the north. And he brought me to the chamber that was opposite the main temple building, and the structure to the north, facing 100 cubit length by the northern entrance. The courtyard's width was 50 cubits. I'm trying to calm down, y'all. I just got so excited, emotional, because somebody told me. It just came to me as I read this. Wow. It was opposite the 20 cubits of the inner courtyard, opposite the balcony of the outer courtyard. Pillar face, pillar in the 3-story complex. Wow. In the front of the chamber was a passageway of 10 cubits in width, leading to the inner space through a 1 cubit path, and their entrance faced north. The upper chambers were narrow because the pillars took up space from them. Whew. From the lower and the middle ones of the structure. For there were 3-storied. So they were 3-storied. So they did not have pillars like the pillars of the courtyard. Hence, the lower, the middle chambers were derived of floor space. The wall that faced the outside, opposite the chamber, toward the directions of the outer courtyard in the front chamber. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I gotta calm down. Calm down. Just focus on what y'all telling me to do. For the length of the chamber, which were adjacent to the outer courtyard, was 50 cubits. There before the temple built was 800 cubits long. Downhill from these chambers, as one come from the east towards from the outer courtyard, along the width of the eastern wall of the inner courtyard, opposite the main temple building and the structure were chambers. There was a passage before them. There was like an appearance of northern chambers, like their length, like their width, like all of their exits, their measurements, and their entrance, and like their entrance of the chambers were to the south. There was an entrance at the main approach, an approach that led to the platforms of the singers. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I saw this, y'all. Y'all showed me this in a dream, in a vision in 2022, y'all. I'm shaking. They were running up to me, y'all, and asking me, do they think, and they were on this stage. They was on the stage, y'all. I saw it. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. They were asking me, do they think the Most High y'all would like their dancing? Do they think I walked out? God walked up to me and said, do you think the Most High would like his song? Ooh. I'm shaking because The Most High says in this that only the descendants of Zadok will be allowed to be before him. And this is what somebody told me. See, can I find it? This wasn't just for you. This was for me too. I told you, he don't just be talking through me for you all. He be talking to me too. This is what was told to me. Didn't realize this person was given a dream about me. He says the dream yesterday, remember no colors really, just white walls and all, almost like a black and white movie. I knew you were there, but it was hard for me to find you. You would appear here and there, and I was looking for you a lot. And there was nothing but people of color. There were more women than there were men. He says, this is why I remember an elevator, because I went up there looking for you and I still could not find you. I was trying to really get away from the other women that were there. I think it was a secure place too there. There was some kind of officials by the elevators and the fourth floor. This is all that I can remember. This is all that I can remember about the dream. He said, you were there. He said, you were there. So when I read this, he said the only, it says here that only the descendants of Zadok are allowed near Yah when the last temple is revealed. That means this dream was given to him April 24th. This dream was given to him on April 24th. So when I read this, I realized I'm sorry, let me calm down. And then I was shown this in a dream in 2022, people. Then he said to me upon the north chambers, southern chambers, that face the main temple. Buildings are the holy chambers with the Kohen who approach the Most High may eat the most holy of holy offerings. I told you. told you, it's not the type of sacrifice that they taught. The Most High said, I never taught sacrifice the way they did. This is a holy dinner that we eat with the Most High Yah. And what you burn is the fat, because we're not supposed to eat the fat because it has blood in it. And what you burn on the altar is the blood. It's called kosher cooking. Y'all know I was a chef for 30 years. I became a chef at 16 years old. I actually officially working for other people at 16 years old. I started, my grandma taught me kosher, how to butcher and clean kosherly at 8 years old. At 8 years old. And that became my career. I'm a certified chef, butcher. I can do every single thing. And I didn't understand that my grandma was teaching me kosher until I began working for this Jewish family. Because I used to work in people's houses, in high-ranked people's houses. When I say high-ranked, I'm talking about high-ranked people's houses. The only way you can get in their house, you got to have codes to get into gates to these people's neighborhoods. You just couldn't just roll up on their house. And then there was codes to get into their houses. Speakers at the thing for their gates to open. You got in the gate, then you had to go through other gates. And I was in these people's houses looking for them. And the Jewish guy, he asked me, how did you learn how to prepare your food kosher? I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, this is how my grandmother taught me how to do it. The college taught me different. But my grandma taught me. Wait, and actually I went home to my grandma when I got out of college. And I said, Mama, call her Mama. I said, Mama, at the school they taught us to do it this way, that way, that way. And she said, girl, you don't tell me what to do. This is how I was taught. You don't tell me how to do it. I told you what to do. So when she said that to me, that's how I kept doing, even though the school taught me how to do it a different way. I kept doing it her way. How she taught me how to clean food, how she taught me how to do it, how she taught me what to cook, how to cook, and what to eat and what not to eat. I did her way. And those Jewish people knew that I was preparing their food in a kosher way. And I began being recommended to other people. This is how I built up my catering business. Because when that first Jewish family saw what I did, they recommended me to other people. My business became word of mouth because they knew that I was preparing a kosher meal when I didn't even know I was preparing kosher meals. Because it's something that was taught to me when I was 8. You do not eat the fat. You clean all the fat off the food. Make sure everything, all the blood is off and cooked out. You do not eat it that way. Hello? Hey. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is drop CJ off at work, and then I'll pick you up. And by the time I get through picking you up, then he should be done. So I'll be heading that way about 12, and then I'll be there about 1. Yeah, she gave it to me. All right, bye. And then it says here that they may put down. Okay, let me read this again. This is dinner. I don't know what these other people are teaching. This is dinner. We're having a holy dinner where we're sitting down eating with the Most High. The kosher food. It says here, then he said to me, the northern chambers and the southern chambers that face the temple buildings are the holy chambers which the Kohims who approach the Most High may eat the most holy offerings. There they may put down the most holy offerings, the meal offerings, the sin offerings, the guilt offerings, for the place is holy. And when the Kohaths arrive there, they shall not leave the holy place directly to the outer courtyard. Rather, they shall leave their garments in which they minister, for they are holy. They shall not don other garments than the ones they approach the domain of the people. When he finished the measures in the inner house, he took me out by the ways of the gates that faced eastward, and then measured it all around. And he measured the east side with the measuring rod. It was 500 rods with the measuring rod all around. He measured the north side as 500 rods with the measuring rods all around. He measured the southern side 500 rods with measuring rods, circling around the western side, the measuring 500 rods with the measuring rods. And when I said revealed, not built, revealed. On the four sides, he measured. It had a wall all around, 500 rods in length, 500 in width, to separate between the holy and the common areas. Then he led me to the gate, a gate that faces east. And behold, the glory of the Most High Yah of Israel was coming from the east. Its sound was like the sounds of all the multitudes of water. Woo! And the earth shone with his glory. Hallelujah. And it was a vision like vision I had seen before, like the vision that I had seen when I came to the prophetically destroyed the city. The vision like the vision I had seen at the river Chaber. And I fell upon my face, and the glory of the Most High Yah then entered the temple by the way of the gate facing east. Hallelujah. Yah is going to show up, show out with Gog and Magog, and then he's going to enter into the Holy of Holies. And he will be coming from the east to the west. Then the wind lifted me up and brought me into the inner courtyard. And behold, the glory of the Most High Yah filled the temple. Hallelujah. And I heard the Most High Yah address himself to me from the temple. And there was a man standing next to me. And he said to me, Son of man, this is the place of my throne, and the place of my footstool, where I will dwell amid the children of Israel forever. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High Yah. Woo! And it says the house of Israel will no longer defile my holy name, and they, their kings, with their promiscuous idolatry, with the corpse of their kings, and with their high places, by their palaces there stood near me my threshold, their doorpost next to my doorpost, and with but a wall between me and them, whereby they defiled my holy name. He said I was there when they defiled the Most High Yah's holy name. I was there. There was only a wall in between me and them when they did this. When Judah did what Judah did. This is why Judah will be on Mount Seir. That is their punishment. Judah will not be allowed in the temple yards. The children of Judah will be on Mount Seir. The children of Benjamin will be in the fields of Ephraim. And Ephraim, all of Ephraim and the other tribes, the closer you get to the temple, the closer we will get into the courtyard. And the only people who will be allowed in the building amongst the Most High Yah are the descendants of Zadok. are descendants of Zatak. Y'all, I will get to go and be with the Most High Yah. I will be before him. I was shown this, and then it was confirmed. It was confirmed by somebody else. I just read it to you. And then it says here, whereby they defiled my holy name with the abominations they committed, so that I consumed them in my anger. Now they will distance their promiscuous idolatry and the corpse of their kings from me, that I may dwell among them forever. Tell Israel, you sons of man, tell the house of Israel about the temple. I'm telling y'all what he's telling me to do today. I am so excited that he allowed me as his vessel. I don't know who else he is telling to do this today. I'm just doing what he told me to do. And I don't think I'm the only person. I don't believe that, because in Kings, in Samuel, in Kings, the Most High said that he told Elijah that he had 7,000 others who did not bend the knee to Baal. So there's 7,000 more of us around here who are teaching. Go find them. I'm not the only one. He said, y'all, my grandson told me this. At the time he was 6 years old. And he was here visiting me in 2022. His name is Zekiah. Zekiah. I have Zekiah and Zayden. And the Most High showed me, y'all. He showed me my children, my grandchildren, they're priests. He showed me which ones. He showed me Zekiah, Zayden, Jeremiah. I have a Jeremiah. I have a Julian. I have a Jakari. I'm shaking. I have Zayden. I have Zekiah. I have a Jeremiah. I have a Daniela. I have a Daniela. My granddaughter just born. Her name is Daniela. I have a Jameson. My seed. Tell Israel, you son of man, tell the house of Israel about the temple, and let them be ashamed of their iniquities. Calculate the temple design. If they become ashamed of all that they have done, then make known to them the form of the temple and its design. It is its exits, its entrance, and all of its buildings form, and all of its laws, all of its designs, and all of its teachings. Write all of this down before their eyes, so they may safeguard its entire form and its rules and fulfill them. The Most High said, fulfill. If you feel ashamed for your sins, if you have eyes to see, ears that are hear, and a heart that is repenting, the Most High says, the temple is yours. Follow his laws, fulfill his laws, and you will get to go there. You'll get to be there, Israel. He's telling me to tell you. Thank you, God. This is the teaching regarding the temple. Atop the mountain, its entire boundary, all around, shall be most holy. Behold, this is the teaching regarding the temple. Now, these are the dimensions of the altar and the cubits, each cubit being a cubit and a handbreadth, except the base, which is 1 cubit wide. The cubit of the ledges width and the border pieces upon its edge, all around, of one span each other. I'm going to stop after I do the altar. And this too for the top of the inner altar, from the foundation upon the ground, upon the lower shelf, 2 cubits, the self being 1 cubit in width, from the smaller shell to the ledger shells, 4 cubits, shall the shelf being 1 cubit in width. The block, the hoarded area, is 4 cubits high, and from the hoard area, 4 horns projects upwards. The heart area is 12 cubits long by 12 wide, square, for its 4 quadrants. The uppermost shelves is 14 cubits long by 14 cubits wide. It is 400 quadrants. The border pieces all around are a half cubit. Its base is a cubit wide all around. Whoever ascends its ramparts with base eastward. I was asked a question last year by one of my enemies. She said, "Who do you think you are?" I don't think I know that I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I know that I'm a Kohen, and I know that I will stand before the Most High Yah as his servant for eternity. It's not who I think I am, it's who Yah told me I am. All praises to the Most High Yah for revealing his truth to his servants. I thank him for allowing me to illuminate and instruct our people in keeping his laws, his precepts, his commandments, and fearing him. I thank him for allowing me to do this. All praises to the Most High. Hallelujah.